Temasek, through its arm shears, have been an investor in Manipal for over 6 years now, maybe close to 7 years. They held 18% in the past. So Temasek is very familiar with the healthcare sector in India and Manipal in particular. In the recent transaction, which took place maybe 6 or 7 months ago, which got completed 6 or 7 months ago, they have raised their stake from 18% to 59%. So they have now majority stake in Manipal Hospitals. Dr. Ranjan Pai owns 30% and 11% is with TPG. So from our perspective, that it's the same set of investors. Prior to this transaction, the investors were the same. The proportion of holdings were different. All the three investors are very familiar with both the company and the healthcare segment in India. So the investors remain the same, and there is continuity therefore for the whole team in Manipal. There is continuity in management and governance. Like you mentioned earlier, we already have a national footprint, and we would want to sort of get into more underserved areas in the country. I think with the backing of Temasek, we would be able to sort of pursue that path. We are sort of enhancing our reach within existing geographies. For example, in Bangalore itself, we are building 3 greenfield hospitals, and 2 of them will come on stream in the next 12 months. The third one would be ready in about 24 months. We have just started work in Raipur, because Raipur is in central India, an underserved market. Also a geography which caters to a town which caters to the surrounding region. So it is a regional kind of a opportunity. So we have just started work on a 350 bedded tertiary care hospital in Raipur. So these are greenfields. We continue to look at brownfield opportunities. We are always we are always acquisitive in the way we look at the sector. So we will continue to look at brownfield opportunities too. In North, we have, if you look at the NCR, we have 3 hospitals now. One in Dwarka, one in Ghaziabad, and one in Gurgaon. We have just started work on expanding our Gurgaon hospital. So that is an expansion which would just begin. We are also looking at the opportunities to acquire 2 more facilities in Delhi, because we believe we would need 2 more hospitals, about the 250 to 300 bed kind of a range in the national capital region. So we are pursuing opportunities for that. We would prefer brownfield rather than building ground up, because greenfields take longer to get it on stream. So we are looking at brownfield options. So we would continue to work on that. Hyderabad is another city that we are very keen on. So is Vizag. So both in Hyderabad and Vizag, we are looking at opportunities for brownfield growth. So we think a 250 to 300 bedded kind of a hospital could cater to a 8 to 10 kilometer radius. I think that is ideal. And I think the time of 600, 700 bed hospitals are not there anymore. The first one, of course, is geography, Abhinav, that it is a location or a geography which is of interest to us. The second key concern is a cultural fit. Because when you look at a brownfield hospital, brownfield facility, it comes with its team, that, the doctor, the clinical team, the staffing. So I think a cultural fit is very important, because, that integration of that asset would go well if there is a cultural fit. I mean by cultural fit, the way we look at our patients, the way we are focused in certain parts of clinical care delivery. that, I think that cultural fit is very important. That is something we have found, and in our past acquisitions. We have three core values that we always believe in, that, everything is sort of working around that: clinical excellence, patient centricity, and ethical practices. I think that is a filter through which we look at any acquisition, that, it should be transparent in its processes, it should be transparent in its communication, and it should be known for its ethics. So AMRI was always a well-known destination in the city, that, it had good hospitals, it was multi-speciality and tertiary care. So I think that is what, fitted in with our own thought process. Yeah, it took about 18 months. We added about 1,200 more doctors through that acquisition. And currently, therefore, we are 33 hospitals, Abhinav, 9,500 beds. So East was always a key geography in our minds, that, we always wanted to be present in East. And you really can't be a national player, like you said earlier, a national footprint, without being strongly present in the East. And we only had one hospital in Kolkata, which is something that has come through the Columbia Asia acquisition, which is a smaller size facility, 100-bedded hospital. And that does not, while it gave us a foothold, that did not give us an opportunity to really tap into the potential at East. And with the AMRI acquisition, we now have 4 hospitals, 3 in Kolkata and 1 in Bhubaneswar. And, it has given us some 1,200 beds. We have 500 beds in Gangtok, in Sikkim, which we always had. So if you look at this 1,700 beds in the Eastern India, we are the largest hospital operator already. But then we would want to look at, now, Calcutta, we have 4 hospitals, but West Bengal is a large state, that, there should be, now that with the presence in Calcutta firmly established, we should look at tier 2 kind of opportunities in that state and in other parts of that region. That region, we believe, is underserved in quality healthcare. And Manipal is a well-known brand there, well-known name there, because even now, a lot of patients travel from Calcutta or Eastern region to our hospital in Delhi, our large hospital in Delhi, and our old airport road hospital in Bangalore. We have 2 hospitals in Pune, and the second one at Baner is just about a year old, less than a year old. It is doing very well. We would want one more hospital in Pune. We are beginning to explore opportunities now. Bombay is again a geography of keen interest, but then greenfields are very difficult to find. Finding land and building would be difficult, and something we would keep an eye open for. But otherwise, Pune, with our presence, we are keen to expand. We have a very good hospital in Goa, which is the largest private hospital in Goa, and a really very well known for its the clinical work that we do. For example, it's the only complete oncology center in that state, that, and we do transplants. We are again a quaternary care hospital in Goa. So I think West, we would continue to be interested. In Rajasthan, we have a large hospital in Jaipur, 350-bedded hospital in Jaipur, doing very well. Kerala's geography of interest to us, we have not been able to find one there yet. Hyderabad and Vizag are 2 geographies that we are trying to look at, and expanding further in Pune. This would be our immediate, target geography, so to speak. We keep investing in talent, proactively keep investing in talent. So that is something, every year we typically add about 80 to 100 doctors, consultant doctors. Yeah, that is not for new hospitals or not to fill vacancies. This is creation of a pipeline for the future. So that will continue to be there, because we believe, like we invest in hard assets, invest in technology, invest in buildings, we need to invest in talent. Nurses too is on a similar way that we keep adding nurses, but nursing numbers are always linked to the number of beds that we operate, that but then we try to keep a little in the reserve, but nurses are in short supply these days, that high quality nurses are in short supply, that we keep trying to ensure that we do have the ability to maintain a bench. The primary challenge, Abhinav, is about people, like you rightly said, that ensuring that we continue to get a good stream of clinical talent and managers both. I think these are supply side issues that we would have to keep addressing. So that is the primary challenge. We don't see anything else which is significant. There are normal operating supply chain kind of issues which are stabilizing. Post-COVID, I think international supply chain routes have been affected. I think it is now all beginning to get stabilized. Otherwise, supply of capital equipment was a concern.
Okay.
Because a lot of them are imported. You look at CT, MR, cath lab, linear accelerators. These were always imported, and these supply chains were stabilizing. Now I think they are almost back on track. We had all super specialties always in the last several years, that so we are adding in some of our hospitals where organ transplants were not available. We are adding, say, heart transplant, liver transplant kind of capabilities. We are adding basically advanced cancer treatment. We have added robotics in several of our hospitals. So these are, in the last 1 year, we added robotics in many of our hospitals. I think these are the technology upgrades that we are doing. The skill sets of the doctors were always there. So we procure, it is investment that we make in acquiring technology, acquiring these surgical robots. And Da Vinci is there in many of our hospitals now. That is for GA and oncosurgery. We have ortho and spine robo, orthopedic robo, spine robo.